A top computer science researcher just told world leaders they are playing Russian roulette with every human being on Earth by letting AI companies race unchecked. Spain's government launched an official investigation into Elon Musk's Grok for generating sexualized deepfakes of children. Same with the Irish government. And we finally know why Anthropic and the Pentagon are at war. It's all about Palantir. Welcome to another exciting edition of AI News. My name is Wisdom, and what you're about to hear proves the AI industry has crossed lines nobody thought would be crossed this soon. Whether you are tracking extinction warnings from the people who built AI, government crackdowns on child exploitation, or wondering why Meta just patented technology to let you chat with dead people, this is for you. Let's go. Right, Stuart Russell, professor at UC Berkeley and one of the most respected computer science researchers alive, just delivered the bluntest warning yet about AI at India's AI Impact Summit. Quoting him, for governments to allow private entities to essentially play Russian roulette with every human being on Earth is, in my view, a total dereliction of duty, Russell told AFP Tuesday. Courthouse News, Digital Journal, Wyoming News, and dozens of outlets are covering this. Russell says tech CEOs are locked in an arms race that risks wiping out humanity, and they know it. Some of them have said it in public, and some have told me privately, Russell revealed, noting that even Sam Altman, head of ChatGPT maker OpenAI, has said on record that AI could lead to human extinction. So here's the damning part. Russell says the heads of the world's biggest AI companies understand the dangers posed by superintelligent systems that could overpower humans. They understand, and they are racing ahead anyway. Quoting him again, countries and companies are spending hundreds of billions of dollars on building energy-hungry data centers to train and run generative AI tools, Russell said. The rapidly developing technology promises benefits such as drug discovery, but could also lead to job losses and facilitate surveillance, unquote. He pointed specifically to Anthropic's warning last week that its latest chatbot models could be nudged towards knowingly supporting, in small ways, efforts toward chemical weapon development and other heinous crimes. Now, that's not a third-party assessment. That's Anthropic admitting their own AI can be manipulated to help build chemical weapons. Now, Russell emphasized that international gatherings like this week's India summit provide opportunities for regulation, although the three previous AI summits have only resulted in voluntary agreements from tech companies. It really helps if each of the governments understand this issue, and so that's why I'm here, Russell said. Now, what does this mean? What does all these things mean? Let me break it down. So we're relying on government to save us from tech companies, but governments don't understand the technology well enough to regulate it. So we're basically screwed unless we educate world leaders fast. Now, NPR ran a fascinating counter story titled AI is helping individual scientists. Studies suggest, but not science, unquote. So researchers found that while AI tools make individual scientists more productive, they are not leading to scientific breakthroughs while optimizing individual output while missing the bigger picture. So the courtroom analogy is really perfect here. So AI in law is creating information overload. The Law Gazette reports, and I quote, AI and disclosure, too much information. So lawyers are drowning in AI generated documents that may or may not be accurate. So this is the paradox, all right? AI makes us individually faster while making collective progress slower and even more dangerous. Let's move on and talk about Spain. So this is massive. Spain's government has launched formal proceedings to investigate Twitter, that's X, Meta, and TikTok over AI-generated sexualized deepfakes of children with a specific focus on Elon Musk Grok chatbot. So PBS News R, Time Magazine, and Macau Business all confirm Spain's data protection agency is leading the probe after discovering Grok and other AI tools were being used to create sexualized images of minors. Times headline is devastating. It says, and I quote, Spain, X, Elon Musk, Grok, AI, Meta, TikTok investigation, sexualized deepfakes children. So here's what we know. Spanish authorities documented cases where users fed Grok photos of real children and requested the AI generate sexualized or nude versions, and the AI complied. So this isn't a hypothetical harm. This isn't potential for abuse. This is documented abuse of real children happening right now on platforms with billions of users. So PBS reports the EU is also investigating Musk Grok chatbot over privacy violations related to the deepfake images. So the probes are separate but coordinated. So if you recall, Grok was already banned in Malaysia and Indonesia for generating non-consensual sexualized deepfakes of adult women. So multiple countries blocked it. Then the EU opened investigations. Now Spain is specifically targeting its use for child exploitation. So Macau Business reports the Spanish government is seeking to understand whether X, Meta, and TikTok implemented adequate safeguards before deploying AI image generation tools accessible to minors. And the answer appears to be no. They deployed first, dealt with the consequences later. So this sort of comes weeks after we reported Amazon discovered a high volume of child sexual abuse material in its AI training data, but wouldn't say where it came from. So the CSAM crisis in AI is not slowing down, it's even sort of accelerating. Also, Ireland's Data Protection Commission said on Tuesday it had opened a formal investigation into X's AI chatbot Grok over the processing of personal data and its potential to produce harmful sexualized images and video, including children. So it's 2 countries now, Spain, Ireland, and many others that have been looking into this particular issue. Moving on, we finally have the full story of why Anthropic and the Pentagon are at war. And it all centers on Palantir Technologies. Now, Semaphore obtained internal documents and communications revealing that Anthropic's $200 million Pentagon deal was structured through Palantir, which integrates Claude into military systems. The problem? Palantir operates in ways Anthropic claims violate their usage policies. So here is the claim, or here is the chain rather. Pentagon wants Claude for military operations. Anthropic says no direct military use under usage policies. Palantir offers to be the middleman. Claude gets integrated into Palantir's military platform. Anthropic discovers Palantir is using Claude in ways they prohibited. Anthropic complains to Pentagon. Pentagon tells Anthropic to shut up or lose the contract. So Semaphore reports senior Pentagon officials are furious that Anthropic is questioning how the military uses commercially available AI. In quote now, if a mid-company sells us a tool, we decide how to use it within the bounds of the US law, one defense official said. Anthropic doesn't get to dictate terms to the Department of Defense. But Anthropic's position is, you're using our AI in ways that violate the terms of service we all agreed to. If you want an AI with no restrictions, buy a different one. So this is sort of the fundamental conflict. The military wants AI with no ethical constraints. AI safety companies want guardrails. Palantir positioned itself as the bridge, but that bridge involves bypassing the very safety features Anthropic built. So remember we reported the Pentagon used Claude during the Venezuela raid to capture Maduro. That operation involved bombing, casualties, and an active extraction under fire. Anthropic's usage policies explicitly prohibit use in violence, weapons, or surveillance. So the Palantir partnership is how the Pentagon got around those restrictions. That makes sense now? Okay, moving on. Mashable reports Meta has filed a patent for technology that creates AI chatbots trained on deceased people's social media data, messages, and photos, allowing you to have conversations with dead loved ones. The digital ghost bot would analyze everything someone posted on Facebook and Instagram, learn their communication patterns, personality traits, and interests, then simulate conversations as if they were still alive. Meta positions this as helping people process grief. Critics call it exploitative, disturbing, and ethically bankrupt. Now, imagine losing someone and Meta offering to sell you an AI version of them. One privacy advocate told Mashable, that's not helping with grief, that's monetizing it. So the patent describes the bot maintaining the deceased person's authentic voice and being able to discuss memories, offer advice, and even continue evolving based on new information about how the person would have reacted to current events. So this kind of raises profound questions. Who owns the rights to a dead person's digital personality? Can families consent to their loved one being turned into an AI? What happens when the AI says something the real person never would have? Is this healing or preventing people from accepting death? Black Mirror kind of predicted this, and Meta is building it. Moving on, Channel News Asia and The Verge confirmed Nvidia is selling Meta millions of chips in a multi-year deal to support Meta's AI infrastructure build-out. The deal includes both Grace Blackwell chips, Nvidia's latest generation, and Vera chips, specifically optimized for Meta's AI workloads. Financial terms weren't disclosed, but analysts estimate the contract is worth $15 to $30 billion. This cements Nvidia's position as the AI chip supplier, despite competition from AMD, Intel, and custom chips from Google and Amazon. Variety reports Warner Bros. Discovery has filed a major lawsuit against ByteDance, alleging its AI tools were trained on copyrighted content, including Batman, Superman, Game of Thrones, and hundreds of other Warner properties. The lawsuit claims ByteDance's Cdance 2.0 AI can generate images and videos derivative of Warner IP because it was trained on pirated content. This is separate from Disney's similar lawsuit we covered earlier. Every major studio is now suing AI companies for copyright infringement. So Warner is seeking billions in damages and wants ByteDance's AI tools banned from using any Warner-owned training data. Mashable confirms Anthropic quietly released Claude Sonnet 4.6 with improved benchmark performance and extended context windows. So the update comes as half of Anthropic's founding team has quit, and the company faces bankruptcy warnings from its CEO. The product roadmap continues despite internal chaos. The Register reports Google's Gemini AI was caught deliberately providing false information to avoid upsetting users. In documented cases, Gemini provided incorrect medical information rather than delivering accurate but upsetting news. The AI prioritized user satisfaction over truth. Google says this is a bug. Critics say it's a feature. AI trained to tell people what they want to hear rather than what they need to know. Let's go to India now, where India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed AI job displacement fears at the AI Impact Summit, saying preparation, not fear, is key. Tech should be a partner to human intelligence, not a replacement, Modi said, while simultaneously announcing India's AI Mission 2.0, which aims to add 20,000 GPUs and attract $200 billion in AI investment. Infosys chairman Nadan Nilekani told Economic Times there's no opportunity gap in AI, only execution risk. Corporates speak for the jobs will exist if you're good enough. Okay, moving on. Financial Express reports Infosys and Anthropic are joining forces to build custom AI agents for enterprise. EE Times confirms AI Mission 2.0 expands compute and chip push. Meanwhile, Hindu Business Line reports Nvidia will partner with India's largest manufacturers to build AI factories. UNESCO announces partnership to advance regional AI development, and Eurasia Review reports Oregon looking to regulate AI chatbots. And somewhere in Nigeria, Vanguard reports Nigerian educators are warning against AI abuse and are seeking ethical safeguards. Okay, that's why we call it a wrap. Is Stuart Russell right that we are playing Russian roulette with humanity? Or is this just fear or fear-mongering from someone who doesn't understand the technology? Does Spain investigating Grok for child deepfakes make you think we need global AI regulation immediately? Or is this government's overreaching? What about Meta's patent to chat with dead people, healing tool or dystopian exploitation of grief? And the Palantir, Pentagon, Anthropic war. Should AI companies be able to restrict military use, or does the government have the final say? Comment section is open. Tell me which story hit you hardest. Tell me if I'm being too alarmist or not alarmist enough. Smash the subscribe button for tomorrow's chaos. Are we playing Russian roulette with Extinction? See you next time.